Hey, how many times have you heard in your life that you need to fake it till you make it? Well, do you really think that you can fake it till you make it to stay positive, happy, optimistic? While some people may tell you that you can, I am here to tell you that I don't think you can. That this is something you're going to have to work on. So, I'm Dr. Philip from RiverTown Chiropractic in Jacksonville, Florida. We help people in our community get out of pain, take control of their mental, physical, spiritual health to make sure that they live the life that they deserve. We help them by getting all of those things under control. That way they can get back the time that they've lost in their life and get back the life that they miss. Before we get going in, I want to make sure and tell you guys to like, follow, subscribe. That way you get access to all videos that we're going to be doing in the future and stay up to date on all the cool stuff that we're doing as well. Also, drop a comment below. That way I can see what you like, what you don't, and I would love to be able to engage with you more. So, when I was 15 years old, I was sitting in social sciences class, chatting with friends, having fun, and then all of a sudden things started getting quiet. Teachers started to look anxious, scared. You could see it in their eyes. And then the TV turned on. And what we all saw were planes crashing into two buildings. It was 9/11. This was one of the days that actually had the most profound negative impact from a media standpoint and keeping us in a negative outlook for quite a while. I remember having that on the TV, radio, any article you read, newspaper, it was everywhere and you could not avoid it. Constantly putting you into this negative thought, all the doom and gloom going on in the world. Very similar to what's going on today with the coronavirus. And so the thing with this is it impacted me not just on that day, but it was days, weeks, months that this was going on. And again, very similar to what's going on right now with everyone being scared, anxious, uncertain of what's going on, what to believe. And so I've got 4 points for you today. And these 4 points, these are going to help you to stay positive, optimistic, and have a better outlook on everything so you can stay happier and overall have a better week. And so point number 1, live in the moment. So many of us, we're always either one of two things. We're either stuck in the past, replaying things over and over within our heads and thinking, if I could have done this differently, if I would have just said that, if I would have, met this person, how different would things have been? And what happens when we do that? More times than not, we're going to get sad and depressed. And it's because we're thinking about things that we can't change. And so we need to not live in the past. The other thing we tend to live in the future, where we are planning, organizing, and looking to the future of what's going to happen. Now, when that happens, that's not a bad thing to plan and be prepared. But more times than not, when we do that, when we're looking ahead into the future, we tend to think of all the things that could go wrong. We tend to say to ourselves, well, what if this doesn't work? Well, when we do that, what we tend to do is we start to feed into some anxiety, some fear. This can make us irritable, even angry, not only towards ourselves, but to others around us. So what I want us to do is make sure that we stay present in the actual moment. This is the only thing that you can actually affect and change in your life is what's going on right now. And when we tend to live in the moment, we tend to be more at peace and be happier. Point number 2, I want you to pay attention to the little things around you, inside and outside. Now, for me, it's easier to look at the things outside here because outside we've got things like flowers, leaves, even just something as simple as looking at the dirt and just appreciating all the little things around there. You've got, the ants, you've got the different types of sand grains. And so pay attention to these little things. One thing I love to do when the jasmine is blooming at our house, we've got these jasmine vines going up and they're really cool. They wrap around these pillars, but I don't usually always take the time to notice. But when you get really close to those flowers, you can see they're in this intricate little spiral. And then when you get closer to not only visualize what the flower looks like, then you can smell that smell of the jasmine and it just calms you down and makes you happy. Another thing that you can think about for the little things is in your house when you wake up, making your cup of coffee. How does that make you feel? The warmth of the coffee mug, the aroma of the beans, and when you take that first sip, how does that make you feel? Pay attention to those little things. Point number 2 is I want you to breathe. So many of us, we don't take the time to properly breathe. We are always doing these short, shallow breaths, breathing with our chest. And when we do that, we get tension in the neck, shoulders, feed into this sympathetic fight or flight response. But what we should be doing, and if you are a little self-conscious about stuff, that's fine. But what you should be doing is breathing from the diaphragm. So when you take a deep breath in, your belly should expand, grow, get bigger. And as you exhale, belly should get nice and small again. When we breathe like this, we are stimulating something called the vagus nerve. This is the primary thing to help with with rest, digest, help you get into a parasympathetic state and calm your nerves, and it can help make you a lot more relaxed. So that's something I want you to work on this week, is breathing properly. Point number 4. I want you to practice saying just 2 simple words throughout the day, and those 2 words are thank you. One thing we should all do every single day when we wake up is the first thing you should do when those feet hit the floor, left and right, we should be saying thank you, because we never truly know which day is going to be the last day that we wake up. So every day we wake up to is a blessing, and we should first start the day by thanking the universe for allowing us to be here. The other thing that I like to think about with this thank you is think about all the things that you have and all the things that you do and you're able to accomplish in your life. Let's go back to that example of the coffee. What all had to happen and who all had to be involved for you to get that coffee in your home to be able to drink it this morning? Well, you had the farmer, which is probably thousands of miles away from where you live. They had to grow the bean, harvest it, dry it, send it out to the roasters. Then it has to go to packaging, marketing, transportation, sales, to finally be able to end up in your home so you can consume it. And so take the time to just thank all of the people that you don't even know that allow you to do what you do and have what you have. Doing this, taking the time to appreciate all those people around you that you do know and that you don't know, can really help you to stay positive and just realize that there's so much more going on in the world than just you, and the things that we do, it affects way more than just ourselves. So, in conclusion, I want you guys to stay more positive, and we've got some really simple steps. First thing that I want you to do, live in the moment. Stop living in the past and the future. Live in the moment right now, because that's the only thing that you can affect and change. Make sure you pay attention to the little things around you, like there's a spider on the phone right now, so pay attention to that spider because it's cool. It's putting his little web. It's coming up right now. He's right there. You can't see it, but I can see him. Breathe. Use your diaphragm. Breathe from the belly. Stimulate that vagus nerve and get yourself to calm down and relax. And thing number 4 is to practice saying thank you. I'm Dr. Philip from RiverTown Chiropractic. You guys have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you later on our next video. Peace.